bow down to you and call you queen and do all of these things for you and make you food every day so where you don't have to do it yourself, if you want all of that, you got to give it.
In defense to Velvet, I really think that if any advice she needed to give that is right on time so that these women can leave carbonation and let Nature Boy be a man and deal with his legal issues on his own, that was the perfect time for Velvet to get up there as a young woman who they should be looking at as a role model at this time, who's taking care of 2 kids on her own, and she's not with Nature Boy. And she has an attachment to Nature Boy because they had a kid together. She's showing them from a distance that they too can do it. I don't think that there's a problem at all on this call, you know, this message being directed towards Malia. And it also should be directed towards Aya as well. But I know it's definitely directed towards Malia in particular. And also, I feel as though we need to understand that Velvet's been passionate from the gate of trying to get Malia to leave Nature Boy. She tried to get her alone when she was back in her hometown in the hospital. It just didn't work.
Then I thought about women who actually left their children, like actually left their children to be with a man, like to go pursue a relationship with somebody who is degrading them, devaluing them. Like, it broke my heart. Like, it really broke my heart, because at that point I was feeling for the child. You know, I was feeling what the child might have felt or is feeling when the mother leaves them.
Malia has a whole life ahead of her, and the saddest moment in life is if she stays over there, her health starts declining more and more, she leaves this world, and her son never got a chance to know who his mother was. He's young now where he can forget all this and not remember some of the things that his mother did to drop the ball. So I think that it's very humbling that Velvet got on here, even knowing people were going to have stuff to say. She didn't care. She wanted to basically tell how she felt, and hopefully whoever needed to hear it, received the message and hopefully going to do something about it.
I never left my children to be with anyone. I never left my children to do anything but provide for them. The only time I left my children was for them to be babysat so that I can make money to put a roof over their head, to put food in their mouth, and to make sure they had clean water to bathe in and drink from. So it really confused me. And because I feel that I'm naturally a mother, I've been taking care of kids all my life since I was young. So with that being the case, and the fact that I innately feel that I am a mother, it put me in this state of like disgust.
We all have seen Velvet through her struggles, and she's asked humbly for help, and she always rises on the top. So whatever difficulties that she has had, she has gotten through them. We all have, not just Velvet. But every time there's an awkward or stressful situation that we think that's the end of the world, usually something good comes out of it at the end. And that is what is happening with Velvet. She has her downfalls like everybody has, but she picks herself up and she manages yet again to be a young mother taking care of her child. And it's only right if she can make a difference, at least speak her mind. And she knows that these girls look at her. Speak her mind, and hopefully now that they have time to sit with themselves, Malia and Aya in particular, that they leave carbonation and go take care of what is important so that they don't have regrets later on, because that's what's going to happen.
Where in your mind would you make a decision to leave your child to be with somebody that is constantly telling you and constantly teaching you that he doesn't want the actual mother of his children to leave his children. Like, it just don't make sense. Like, it don't make sense to me. And so that forced me to think about what that woman might be going through, which is why I started to feel compassion. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, this is what probed me to talk about the importance of children, so that maybe, hopefully, you know, I can reach some mothers out there who leave their children, to get them to understand, because I am a mother.
I have another video coming up after this, and you can clearly hear in Pisces' voice and body language, he has a lot of regrets. That's why he apologized to the public, to anyone he disrespected, on the strength of being brainwashed and reprogrammed by Natureboy. Because at the end of the day, he realized that these are strangers that don't know me from a can of paint, that was concerned about my well-being, and I was nothing but disrespectful to these people. And that's the same situation with the women. They want to brush you off and be disrespectful and call themselves clapping back, when all you need to be clapping back to is the airlines, so you can book yourself a plane ticket and take your behind home and take care of your responsibilities, and stop acting like you're doing this for the journey.
You have now moved further away from your children, which means that you're not healing, you're not being probed, you're not being challenged to grow in any kind of way, because you threw your responsibility off on someone else. You completely neglected and negated the fact that that's even a case in your life. Like, you act like you don't even have children. How is that healing anything? How is that healing generational curses? How is that creating a better world of people?
You're doing this for the mission. You're doing it on a spiritual journey. There's nothing spiritual about anything that you guys have been doing in the past or the present time.
And you could very well much say, well, I wasn't supposed to be with that man, and so that man needs to take care of that child. Like, we all know scientifically, by nature, that the woman is the life sustainer, not the man.
You have a man that's sucking the life out of you until you get tired or wake up and you leave. But by then, he done sucked the life out of you and had you low-key recruit other women to replace you. And they know that they're going to be replaced when they leave. They know this even as they give the information to other women that are trying to send Natureboy canteen money, or wanting to get a visit to see him, or they want to do jail calls with him. They know from living with him, they can't be replaced. And with them knowing that, that's enough for them to want to move on with their life and put their children first, because the children deserve it. So by far, all of them should take the same advice they give. But in this case, I'm proud of Velvet that she got up here, and it might be her last time speaking about it. But at least she knows when she goes to bed that she tried to do her best to help Malia, and Malia don't want no help. Aya don't want no help. You can lead a horse to water, but you cannot make them drink. Sometimes people have to sabotage themselves. They have to fall and burn before they truly get it. And sometimes it's too late for some people, and that might be the case with Malia. We're just going to have to sit back and watch this train wreck, because that's all this is a train wreck. That's all we can do. But it's a really sad situation, because Malia is not only a mother that has a very small child at home, but she's sickly. Now is not the time to worry about someone else. You have to be selfish right now, Malia, and worry about self. Because if the shoe was on the other foot, I don't think that Natureboy would be reciprocating what you're doing now for him, for you. They have to realize when they come to that terms that it's his world, you're just living in it. Maybe then, like True did, like Pisces did, like all the other guys did, once he got arrested, then maybe then they will leave. They will all leave, even the ones that don't have children. They still don't need to be over there in carbonation, doing this for Nature Boy, getting the life sucked out of them, because he's going to use them until the well runs dry, because he has nobody else. Not even his family wants to deal with him, allegedly. So he's going to do anything, any means possible to get what he needs.